Okay, so now, this is the last of the first week of school, so kind of exciting. We are going to look at some equations today with variables, and these are actually not so bad, especially if you understand how to distribute. But I'm actually going to show you how to do the same problem two different ways. So let's do this problem. X plus 5, yeah, why not, equals 7. And then we'll do the same problem this way. Actually, I want different numbers because I'm bored. 7, 9x minus 2 equals 14. Okay, so on this one here, I can take and distribute this 5 inside the parentheses to end up with 5x plus 25, and I still have equals 7. And now this is just a normal two-step equation. I'm going to subtract 25 from both sides. Notice I kind of grew out of making my line through my equals. If you want to continue making your line through the equals, go right ahead, but that's up to you. And so these go to 0. And then 7 minus 25, let's see. So I have $7. I have something that costs $25. So that means that I still need another $18, so that's equal to negative 18. And then we still have our 5x. And then 5 times x, so that means we got to divide by 5, divide by 5. So x equals negative 18 fifths, because we can't reduce that. But if we wanted to change it into a mixed number, we could go negative 3 3/5. So, all right, now, this problem up here is the exact same kind of problem as the one before, but this time I'm going to do it a different way. And the reason why is because if I start reading this, it says 7 times the quantity, and it's these parentheses that kind of make the quantity 9x minus 2. And so since it's 7 times something, I could get rid of the 7 times by dividing by 7. So divide by 7 means I have to divide by 7 over here. These cancel to just a 1. And over here, 14 divided by 7 is just 2. So now we have 9x minus 2 equals 2. Now some people are going to go, okay, now the 2's are going to cancel. No, they're not. Because this is a plus 2, and we end up with 9x equals 4. 9 times x, so we got to go divide by 9, divided by 9, and so x equals 4 9ths. Now, if you end up doing this on a calculator and you really want answers as a decimal, then you can, but you got to at least go 2 decimal places, and sometimes you're still not even right. If you get something like 2/3 and you put it as a decimal, which would be 0.66 repeating, make sure you use that little line over the 6 to show that it's repeating, because otherwise that's just wrong. Because just 0.66 is not 2/3. Or some people are just putting 0.6, and that's even worse. Because 0.6 is actually 6/10, which would be 3/5. So yeah, definitely not a good thing. Now, parentheses are still just as easy when we have something that we are doing parentheses even on both sides. So let's say I do an 8 times x minus 4, and then equals 6 times 3 minus x. Okay, the same kind of deal. Now, just taking and dividing by 8 or dividing by 6 right now would not be such a great thing. So this is one that I think that I'm going to go ahead and distribute on. So I would just distribute over here and distribute over here, and I'd end up with 8x minus 32 equals 18 minus 6x. And then, again, my first step, every time that I've got variables on both sides, is going to be to try to get them to one side. So I'm going to add 6x to both sides. I could have subtracted 8x, but I like it to stay positive, so I'm doing it this way. These go away, and 8x minus 6x is 2x. I still have my minus 32 and my 18. Now remember, if we're subtracting or adding x's on both sides, or anything like that, it's only affecting the x's. If we were doing some kind of division thing, then well, that affects everything. So then we come over here and we go, all right, well, now we got plus 32, plus 32. And those go to 0. We have 2x equals 18 plus 32, I believe, is 50. And then the very last step is, since it's 2 times x equals 50, then we have to divide by 2. And divide by 2. And so x equals 25. Oh, just a little note here. If this happened to have been a negative 2 over here in front of the x, make sure that you divide by a negative 2, because that's a negative 2 times x. So make sure you divide by negative 2. Okay, so that should kind of get you in a pretty good place as far as parentheses are concerned. At this point, you should feel fairly comfortable solving any basic equation. Okay, we're going to do some exponent stuff, but actually we're going to save that till a little bit later because we're going to do a lot more of that. So not really necessary right now. So you should feel relatively comfortable with this now. Remember that we're going to take the quizzes twice in class, and then after that you have to take them on your own time. So hopefully you can get a good grade during the 2 times in class. Okay? All right. Well, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in class.